Everyone, David, SUP Customs. Just at a boat ramp, ready to go with Brinkley with Waiting the Bay. Kind of focused a little bit more on our YouTube series. Done well over 2 years. We're 2 years old. 2 years for accessories that we manufacture, and a year old being the Live Watersports dealer. Did well on Instagram. You guys are loving it. Done well since this summer. 3 months on Facebook, and now YouTube. And the YouTube page is going to be more instructional stuff, how to use these, really practical stuff. We're not really going to be influencers or anything like that. But post-hurricane, fishing with our friend Brinkley there, getting ready to roll at a low tide. Austin showed you that film. Right after the hurricanes, you know, giving us new porta potties, restroom locations here, and just connecting with locals, connecting with fishermen, helping each other out locally as we all recover and get restored a little bit. But on the YouTube series, this is what it's all about. Again, when I got these 7 years ago as customers, these Live Watersports boards, I had 3 boats. I had my offshore boat, I had my pontoon boat for the family, and I had my skinny water for skinny water freaks. And it's great, but you know, you're still limited on tides and everything. And after taking out the bottom end of an engine, trying to get back at a low tide in our area, we have some of the skinniest waters in Florida up on the Nature Coast. There had to be a better way. I had 9 kayaks. Kills my back. They're limited on range, the whole deal. They're flimsy, and I just can't do them. I do want better performance. I don't want any limits. If I have fish 3 miles away from me, I want to get to them like that, even at a negative tide. So this is what we do. You can see here, we're putting in at a very low tide. There is no boat around because, honestly, I mean, 42-year-old man here. I think I'm 43 now. Boat ramps are different than when I was a teenager, or I mean, it's nuts, okay? So some guys say just buy a boat. I did keep my boat club. I got 600 boats in the area with the Freedom Boat Club. My dad did keep his Carolina skiff. We haven't taken that out in 7 months because these things do it for us. Look, you see a boat, there's no ramp here. We can put in anywhere roadside. And this is kind of how it works. This is board right here. Let me explain for everyone on YouTube. This is the board. It has 12 tracks. So we do recommend when you buy a Live Watersports board from us, it's aluminum tracks. It'll never break on you when you're using this like a skiff. When you're using it like a paddle board, plastic tracks are fine. I mean, what are you doing on them paddling? But here you're going 23 miles per hour mounting stuff. And if you're going to invest this much money, just do the aluminum tracks. But there's 12 of them. You could put duck blinds, fishing rod holders, tie down your coolers. And obviously we put our motors on it, motor mounts on them. So here's a bass fishing setup with a micro pole anchor in the back with the spike, with the button, you're anchored down like that. One of the limitations on kayaks, especially with fins, is you are limited to how far you can go up. Here we can still fish in 2 inches of water. We can't use our trolling motor to lock spot and stuff. However, we can use the micro pole, the anchor down if we're on some fish. And especially when you're pulling a fish out of a school, what's cool about that is in a kayak, you're catching that fish and you're being pulled to the school. Well, if I have my micro pole in the back, I'm catching that big redfish out of that school, anchoring down, pulling to, getting them off, casting at the same exact school and not spooking them. We pulled about 80 redfish out of one hole last week. Didn't scare one of the fish, just one after another, because all 3 boards were locked down with a micro pole. So this is our bass fishing setup. There's several options here. Of course, you got your marine mat decking. Nothing slides on this. It's so comfortable. And then you got another plate. So here is 2 SUP Customs utility plates on this setup. One for the front, one for the back. So you can take advantage of all 14 feet of deck space. But you have a lock spot motor guide. We sell Rodans. We can do custom pads. We can put your business logos in it. You name it on the boards or the pads. So this is a bass setup. Make it yours, move things around. 700-pound capacity. You're not going to max it out no matter who you are, how many people. Well, 2 people on it. Now this is a skiff setup. Again, micro pole in the back, centered. I don't like them off to the side. I've seen other designs in the past. You're going to ruin your micro pole. You're going to get water up in the computer. It's going to make your board unstable. But here's our plate. We actually manufacture this plate in Florida. Everything here is made in the United States. Nothing is imported from China. That could hold, I mean, we recommend a 2.5 or a 6. Call us though when you get to motoring. We've tested every motor imaginable. We'll tell you what's best. We sell Suzuki. but they're equal with several other brands. But this is made out of aluminum, metal, powder coated. And what's cool about it is, guys, 4 bolts, T-bolts slide into these slots. Boom, you got a 23 mile per hour machine, and then you take it off and you got a paddleboard the next day, or one day you're going with a bass setup, the next day you're going with a skiff setup, just like that. Again, you got your marine mat. We sell the Dakota Power Box here, 60. This powers everything. Our trolling motors, our cell phones, our anything you can imagine. Now it can power your micro pole, but we do sell the Power Pole 2 micro pole. It's a one-stop shop, was the goal from the beginning. But this is all you need right here to power your micro pole for your whole trip, is the little 199 battery, so you don't have to run a wire. Just clamps in like that. And again, I know what I'm doing here, I promise. There we go. All right, so you got your 8-foot spikes. You can have 4-foot spikes, 2-foot, I mean, you can have whatever you want size spike in there. And then now you saw the bow mount trolling motor. Now this is how we rig a transit mount trolling motor. The trolling motor going on here has a remote. I need the remote, but I don't need spot lock in 3 inches of water. So I have a $600 Amazon trolling motor on this one, compared to like an $1,800 lock spot. Bow mounted flush on that one. This one screws in. You can also use a $200 trolling motor, a tiller handle one too. So you can see there's different designs over here. These 2 setups are the same. And then rod holders. It's as easy as this. Any accessory you can imagine on this thing. In reach, where you want to reach it. They just screw in like this. They come out. And then they screw in like this. And you have rod holders, paddle holders, you name it, you dream it up, you can make it. So anyways, if you have any questions, supcustoms.com, message us, call us. Let's get you hooked up. Take it easy. All right.
Sweet.
YouTube series. If I want to have a page, I got
Gotta do it.